Welcome to Petrohead Simracing DTM 2020 series. I'm Adam Stewart, your host for today, and a special welcome to all the drivers from the SCB Simracing community. Glad you could join us, and I really hope to see more of you in the future. Qualifying positions for the top 10 are as follows. In row 1, we have Thomas Ibero along with Tobias Thierwolf. And in row 2, we have Christian Kubovic and Dirk Gretschel. In row 3, Timo Kondensny and Fotis Sigzoglu. In row 4, we have Zane Cookie and Andreas Wolf. And in row 5, we have Andy Darnell and Tadeusz Szynski. We're here in Germany near the town of Hockenheim for round 1. And folks, we got a good one for you today. This track is super popular and is in almost every series. The drivers know the track well, so we should really see some really good racing. These cars have both push to pass and a limited amount of DRS, so watching them go down the straights, they are going to be flying. Lots of chances for opportunities of passing. Well, it looks like they're hitting the grid. All we're waiting for is the last driver or two to get their tech inspection done, and then they should be on the loud pedal.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, drivers!
And they are off. A driver did not get going very well in the back, and around goes Hendrik Andreasen. He'll get that thing spun back around and going in the right direction. Looking ahead, looks like there was no action in turn 1. Turn 2, those got all kinds of action as we see Gretschel going off track. Tobias is off track, back into traffic. Oh my goodness, he took out 2 drivers there. Sure, he didn't do any of that on purpose. Looks like he's letting everybody go by and get back on track. Let's take a look and see what happened back there. Here we can see, who's that? That's Fotis coming down really quick on the inside. He is going to just tap Mr. Gretschel and push him out. Not anything done on purpose there. No grievous actions. And here we see Tobias getting ready to make that turn 2. See if he gets tapped from behind. He does not get anybody getting near him. Nobody. He just overgassed it. Coming back on. Oh, and then you can hear that gas. He throttled up just a second too early. Right out in front of the middle of traffic. That is dangerous. As you can see, the drivers all scouting to get around him. He does let everybody get back on track in front of him. Back to the live action. Here we see Yuri Kurtachvil coming down to the inside of Andreas Wolf, or at least trying to get down on the inside of him. They're still side by side. See a little bit of wheel spins in the back there. No harm, no foul. Nobody's crazy wrecked anything. On board with Matty Renault here. Jumped right up into 9th. That was a good start for him. Nice and calm through the stadium section here. No argy-bargy going on, which is good. If you're looking at our little track map in the bottom right-hand corner, track map, you can see that they were actually going, the stadium section would be turns 11, 12, 13, that 12, 13 there. That's where they just went through. Back on the front straight. Yuri had a little bit of over throttle there and got turned sideways. Tadeusz Szynski putting some pressure on Andreas Wolf there. Daz Higgs back on track. Back up front with Tadeusz and Andreas. And around goes Chris Willems, as well as Tadeusz Szynski. These cars have a lot of torque. When you push on the gas, you really got to make sure that you don't over throttle. Much like the last series where we were driving the Widowmaker, these cars will spin on you in a heartbeat. I also heard from some of the drivers that during practice that when they spin the tires, it takes quite a few turns before those tires cool down enough and actually get their grip back. So if you spin it, you're going to have some time before you can actually get going at top speed again. Here's Michael Tuitt from brothersops.com. Here we got Z Cookie and Jeff Ecott. That's what DRS looks like when someone doesn't use it. He passed him like there was nothing going on. Yuri trying to come back through the field after the spins. Tobias getting around, working his way back through the field as he had let everybody go after that turn 2 spin. And oh my goodness, we have someone getting taken home. Bye-bye, Mr. Timo Konechny. Say hello. Around goes Yuri again. Those tires just aren't cool enough. You can see as he's getting going, he's trying to scrub them, trying to get those tires clean and cooled off. Michael Tuitt all the way up to the 11th position. His front end's got a little damage from when he hit the back of Tobias, but not too worse for wear. Sure, it's not as fast in a straight line when he's out of the draft. He's looking down to the inside of Campbell, taking a look. Nicholas is one of the new drivers from SCB. Welcome to the community, Nicholas. Doing good. Top 10. So let's see. Our biggest mover so far is Mr. Stoffgold. Here we're looking at him now. He's running under a privateer flag. Trying to put some pressure on Mr. Ecott. Nicholas Campbell still holding off Michael Tuitt. Doing a good job of it. Someone just spun. Who was that? It was Matty Renault. Oh, he gets out the way. Oh, and look at the tires are so plasticky. It's hard to get them back traction, especially when you go off track into the dirt. It's a double whammy. So for those of you that are not familiar with Petrohead Sim Racing Series, the Hendrik Andreasen is one of the faster drivers. He did not get a chance to qualify. Came in right at the last moment. Started last, and he's made it all the way up to 15th. Probably going to make it up into the top 10. I would guess maybe 10th or 9th, somewhere in there. Maybe even 8th. He's worked himself right up to 14th already. We're only 10 minutes into the race, almost 9 minutes. Dirk Gretschel is doing the intimidation factor with the lights flashing, hoping it gives him some extra speed. Trying to get around Timo Reiter. Sideways action. Andre Kratachville is no relationship to Yuri Kratachville. Michael Tuitt and Nicholas Campbell still nose to tail. Michael has not figured out a way to get around him. Both of them are using their DRS right there. You can see the wings kind of go flat when they get down to the end of the straight and lift off the throttle and hit the brake. That wing will pop up and give them traction. Okay, you see that right there? Michael tried him on the inside, but Campbell held on to the outside there. Good nose-to-tail racing everywhere on the track. Tadeusz Zazinski is just 0.1 of a second behind. It looks like Michael Tuitt's got a little bit better in the middle of the turns speed than does Mr. Campbell, but just can't seem to get far enough beside him to take advantage of that little bit of overspeed. On the outside, Tadeusz. Sticking with him. At the inside, finally made that pass. Well done. Michael Tuitt and Nicholas Campbell still going at it. All this side-by-side racing has allowed Mr. Gretschel to catch up to them. Now Michael's under fire from behind. Back up front we find Andy Darnell, trailing Andreas Wolf and Fotis Zigzoglu. 3 wide. Andy smartly backs off. Fotis doing the over-under there. And Andreas got sent out to the nowhere land. Got a back marker in front of him. See how they negotiate through here. Fotis and Andy are really good friends. They both race for Petrohead Simracing. Oh, Fotis went a little bit wide there. Kept the hold of it though. And again, all this fighting has let another driver. Now they got Mr. Stofko has joined them. I'm sorry, that's Mr. Cookie. Zay Cookie has caught up to them. Another back marker just pulling over and letting them all go. As they're coming down that straight, you can see how their wings, right when they hit their brakes, all pop up to give them some traction on the back. A little aerodynamic down pressure. As Andreas Wolf goes past Andy Darnell. Well, that was Zay Cookie. Well, he's just gone by them all. Is he going to pass Fotis as well? Let's hopefully we not see any shenanigans from Zay Cookie of RR Shenanigans. RR. Feel like a sea wolf, sea lion laughing. Or. Andy with a big run here. Ducking down to the inside. And he makes the pass. Well done. What's a really great race in here, guys. All the way down this straight. They're all on their DRS right now. They tried him on the outside. Tried him again on the outside. Oh, and just a little touch and around goes Andy Darnell. Let's take a look here. You can see he's just on the outside here. Side by side. Oh. There's Netco touching him just enough to upset the car. I'm sure there was no intentional spinning going on. That's tough. That's a little bit of netcode kind of helping Andy get pushed around. He's back on track. He did lose quite a few positions, all the way down to 8th. Trying to get that car. Remember, those tires heat up like that. Hard to cool them off. Back up here with Zay Cookie and Fotis Ziglu. See who's going to be taking this. As Fotis is going into turn 1 here. And around goes Tobias Thierwolf. He's working his way back through the pack there after being way in the back. Amazing to me that we have not seen the leader once. That's how clean of a driver he is. Mr. Ibero is very fast and very clean. Tadeusz Szynski trying to get back up there to Michael Tuitt so he can maybe fight for a top 10 position. So we see more yellow from Andy Darnell. His tires got to be really heated up. You see him just dropping through the field. Well, got maybe 1.5, 2 laps left maybe. For these guys, they'll be get at least one more, maybe 2 more laps. Probably 2 more laps. This one and 1 more maybe. No, it's going to be 2 more laps total. Thaddeus sees a top 10 in his front window there as they try to negotiate one of the back markers. Oh, and Thaddeus, oh, he got saved. He got saved. If Daz Higgs would not have been there, he'd have gone all the way around, been way back in the pack. But luckily, or unluckily, however you want to see that, Daz Higgs just straightened him right up. Mr. Cookie still fighting Fotis, trying to get around him. Down the inside, he's looking. Oh, let's take a look at this and see what happened. Let's see an instant replay on that. Well, here you can see they're coming in. He doesn't really have, or maybe he's all the way to the door. I say he's established at this point. But I'm not a steward, so I don't know. I am a steward. That's my name, but I'm not a steward. Wow. I don't think Fotis knew he was that far beside him because he normally does not do that, and he definitely didn't leave many room. He just about saved that. Just about. Wow, you got that going quick. So Zay dropped all the way down to 6th position. Not bad. Lost a couple. Could have been worse. Dirk has tracked down Mr. Cookie after Cookie spun and is hoping to get around him. I'm sorry, that's Jeff Ecott. 2 of them, nose and tail. Here we go, Daz Higgs. Trying to get around Campbell, getting that top 10. Michael Tuitt did finally get around Campbell. Campbell's trying to hold on to that top 10. Both Campbell and Higgs are both from SCB. Andreas Wolf has found a little bit of speed late in the race here. This is his last chance. He's got a couple of corners left and this race will be over. But he sees the podium right in front of him. Zay Cookie and Mr. Stofko having the same thoughts. He's got a run on him going to the outside. Oh, Stofko cut him off. Stuff that one. Oh, to the outside goes Mr. Cookie. Hold on to it. Don't get in there. Well done. He didn't wreck it. Only lost 1 position. He was going for it, though, at the end. Here we got Henrik Andreasen up to 13th, trying to get around Mr. Higgs in the last set of corners. That's going to be it. And around goes Timo Ryder. Phantom is going to get by Senna. And our top 10 for race number 1 is Thomas Ibero, and then Chris Kubovich, Fotis Ziglou, along with Andreas Wolf. Position 5 is Francesco Stavko, and Des Gratschel got number 6. And in 7th is Mr. Cook. Number 8th is Mr. Tuitt. 9th is Jeff Ecott, and in 10th, Nicholas Campbell. Good job. SCB Racing, 2 in the top 10. Well done, gentlemen. Okay, that race is over, and we will have a 3-minute intermission. So this would be a great time for you to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see or hear some more. Just leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, this is a great time for you to go and get yourself a snack. Use the restroom, grab yourself something to drink, grab a beer or a soda or tea, whatever you're into. Either way, we'll see you back here in a few minutes. Intermission is just about over, so I just want to let you all know that in race number 2 we do a reverse grid of the top 5. So Thomas Ibero, who finished in 1st, is going to be all the way down to 5th, and Chris Kubovich, who is in 2nd in the first race, will be in position 4. Fotis does not change positions. Andreas Wolf will be from his 4th finishing position, will start in 2nd on the front row. And also the driver, Mr. Gretschel, who finished in 5th, will start in 1st position. And inspections are just about over. Cars are starting to hit the grid. We should be getting started in just a moment or two. And the lights are on. Everybody's in their starting position. We are ready to go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. They are on the loud pedal. Let's go. You can see right away Mr. Stavko dropped right down to position number 6 from that starting position. And Thomas Ibero has had some issues here. Looks like he's dropped down. They're getting through turn 2 nice and safe. There goes Mr. Higgs spinning around. So Thomas Ibero started in 5th and went all the way back to 13th. He just got back into 12th. Going back and forth there. And around goes Mr. Kutachville. It's Andre Kutachville. No relation to Yuri. Watch Christian Kubovic pounding Mr. Wolf. Because you know hounds always chase wolves. That's the way it works, right? So right now, Christian is thinking, Thomas Ibero is back there somewhere. I followed him around for the first 20 minutes. I need to get out here and get me some distance between myself and them, and more people between us, the better. This race being twice as long, there's plenty of time for Thomas to catch back up. Riding aboard with Mr. Andreas Wolf. Around goes Michael Tuitt. We're going to have to see what happened there. Let's take a replay and take a look. As you can see, he gets a little bit sideways. He just turns it around. He's on his brakes. He tries to get out of the way by spinning himself around, and he just calls it a night. So that's the end of Mr. Michael Tuitt. That's 2 people that he's lost, and Yuri Kutachville with a huge hit there has lost everything in the front end except his right side headlight. And around goes Hendrik Andreasen, and he calls it a day. 2 drivers out of the race. And Mr. Kubovic still has not found a way to get around Andreas Wolf. Try as he might. Thomas Ibero is up to 8th. If you're paying attention, he is slowly coming back through the field after dropping back down to 13th on that first turn. Christian still just trying to push his way through. Just can't seem to get beside him. Here we see Thomas Ibero showing him how it's done. As he moves into 7th, going down the inside of Mr. Szynski. Oh, Tadeusz goes around. Ooh, almost got collected by Tobias Wolf there. Held his brakes. Around goes Yuri Kutachville again. I'm sure he doesn't have any downforce in the front of that car. Will make it very hard to drive. There goes Jenny Gavin-Weir passing up Tadeusz Szynski. Chris Williams had a spin there. Thomas Ibero up to 6th. Well, putting the warning down, folks. He's coming. We know he's fastest. He had the fastest lap, won the first race. He is on his way. Oh, no. Cookie tried to get around Fotis there. Christian Kubovic, and he tapped him just a little bit. And around he goes. And Thomas Ribeiro is up to 5th now, setting his sights on Fotis. Making his run through the field. Would have been fun to watch him do a worse the first run. With a 40-minute race, I think he could do that. He's putting all kinds of pressure on Fotis. Look at that run he gets out of turn 1. My goodness. Right down the inside of Fotis. Here you can see Cookie trying to get around Andy Darnell. Is it a cookie? Yep, I would like a cookie. Chocolate chip, please. Well, we see that Thomas Ribeiro did get around Fotis, and Fotis having a little bit of trouble spinning those rear wheels. Dropped them all the way down to 9th place. As we see Tobias Thirwolf pushing through. He started outside the front row, but had a struggle in the first race. Working his way through the field here in the second race. Here we see Thomas Ribeiro looking at Christian Kubovic. It's just a matter of time as they go into the stadium section into turn 12. He ducks down the inside and says, "Thank you very much, Christian." And Thomas Ribeiro is in the third. Marching back through the field. 8-minute run from 13th. He's back up to 3rd. Stoffco looking pretty good here in 5th position. Tadeusz Szynski to the inside of, I think that's Timo Ryder on his outside. Could be Daz Higgs. Tobias Thirwolf in 7th, looking at 6th, looking to Andy Darnell, saying, "Okay, here I am." Andy's not the easiest guy to pass. He's not going to give it up. He's going to make it hard for him. Around goes Matty Renault. Both Thirwolf and Darnell have 9 positions up. They are our biggest movers at the moment. Tobias is just not able to find a way around. Plus he has Mr. Cookie on his back end, giving him some pushes, trying to figure out how to get around him as well. So he's got to defend as well as attack. Back up front, we see Thomas taking a look at position number 2 as he's caught him. We'll just stay right here and take a look at this fight going on. He takes a look to the inside, but there's just no room to do it yet. Now making this right turn going into the stadium section. This is where he made his pass last time on Christian. Just not close enough to do that to Mr. Wolf. Ooh, a little bump from behind, let him know he's there. A little reminder. Say, hey, I'm right here on your back end. Just a little tap. You just tap that ass. Just a little bit. Now he's looking down the inside going into turn number 2. And he gets it done. And around goes Wolf. Lost it on the inside trying to hold that tight. Wolf gets around. He just doesn't have the grip. And it goes around on the outside. A little bit of those marbles. But he saves it. Doesn't hit anybody. Doesn't take anybody with him. Good recovery. Off he goes. Z Cookie still taking a look at Tobias Therwolf and Andy Darnell as they fight for that 6th position. Thomas has a little bit of time, Thomas Ibero that is, has a little bit of time to catch up to get to Gretschel. Full second behind him.
Around the outside, round the outside.
Around the outside. Andy Darnell just trying to hold off. Tobias is not going to have it though. He's saying, look, you know I'm faster. And they touch. Still not giving it up. And it looks like Tobias has stripped Andy of that chastity belt. He is no longer going to be a virgin. He's gotten past, and he got passed by Mr. Cookie right behind that. Lost 2 positions. And here we have the fight for the lead. Thomas Ribeiro has caught Gretschel, which we probably all knew was inevitable to happen. Biding his time going into T1. See the wing is down. He's definitely on his DRS there. Passed him up, and off he's off. Well done, Mr. Ibero. Back here we see Z Cookie is still chasing after Tobias Therwolf. Andy Darnell right behind him, and Fotis Zuziglu. Well, that's a pretty good race we're looking at there for 6th place. Those guys have been nose to tail. Here we see the 2nd and 3rd place guys, Gretschel and Kubovic. Kubovic couldn't get around him before. He's going to continue to try though. He wants to get up into that 1st position, or 2nd position, sorry, and have 2 2nd place finishes. Not that a 2nd and a 3rd is a bad set of finishes for today, but he'd much rather have 2 2nd places. So there we got Yuri Katrachville with the 11 spots gone up, and Tobias Therwolf has 10. Those are the 2 biggest movers. Yuri's got that really hurt car though. Not sure how he's keeping it on track, not having any downforce in the front there. Daz Higgs just sees what happens when you get those tires hot. Here's Matty Renault chasing down Tadeusz Szynski. They go side by side. Thaddeus looked like he had his DRS going where Matty Renault did not have his going. Oh, and we have another person getting summoned to their home. Joe Senna, have a good day. Have a good trip. Around goes Timo Ryder. So it seems like Matty Renault is faster than Tadeusz Szynski. He just can't seem to get around him. With Tadeusz having that DRS, it just kept him behind him. Here you see both wings. Actually, it does not look like Christian's is down. His wing is up. Now it's down. There they go. So when they hit their brakes, you'll see them both pop up. That's how you know they're on the DRS. With that and push to pass, it makes it really hard to pass somebody. If someone can see you coming, they can hit their DRS and keep you behind them. You only got a limited amount, so you're trying to use it wisely. You don't want to use it really quick and be out of it, not have it towards the end of the race when it may matter the most. But you also don't want to save them and have a whole bunch of them left at the end of the race and know that you could have been up further. There's Yuri. Not sure. Look at that car. It's got no downforce in there. How is he keeping that thing on the road? Christian taking a look at the inside as they're approaching one of the back markers. Not sure who that is. As they gladly take the extra draft from that car. And that person smartly pulls over. That could be Jenny Gavin Ware, but I'm not sure about that. She's got new equipment, so she's a little bit down on pace at this time. Tobias trying to get around the outside. Could not do it. But now he's caught Mr. Wolf. I guess maybe that was Andreas Wolf that was trying to go around the outside. Christian Kubovic just cannot seem to get around Mr. Gretchen. Got to run. Looks to the inside, got blocked, goes back to the outside. Nothing doing. Tries to do a cutback to get a better run. He's got something going on here. He's got just can't seem to do it. Christian is no slouch behind the wheel, and we're seeing Gretschel's no slouch either. He knows how to just position his car just right. You're going to go around me, you're going to have to do it the hard way. Ooh, a little sideways. That's going to slow him down. Look up at the timing box, you can see that Christian Kubovic is now over a second behind Gretschel after that little sideways action. I'm sure at this point he's just trying to cool the tires down. And you're getting another position. Plus 13 with that car is just amazing. He has really been doing very well with that car being as damaged as it is. Here we see Mr. Stofko. Looking back here at Tonio Phantom trying to get around Timo Reiter. At the same time, Timo Reiter's trying to get around Chris Willems. Oh, poor Timo, he was in that fight. That was Z Cookie. My goodness, look at that. Dropped all the way down to 8th. He was up there fighting with Tobias Therwolf for 4th position. Timo with the cutback. Looking underneath Chris Willems. The Phantom's going to take a look as well. Chris running that defensive line. Chris finally just saying it's better to let him go, see, because they're just going to spin. Nice job, Mr. Willems. Christian Kubovic has not recovered from that little bit of sideways action he had earlier. He's dropped back 1.5 seconds from Mr. Gretschel. Mad Renault up 7 positions to position number 10. Fotis still hanging tough in position number 7. Mad Renault slowly closing in on Tadeusz Zazinski. Not sure if Tadeusz might be having a little bit of issue with some heated tires. I know he's spun a little bit earlier and got sideways. That heats those tires up. That might be what Christian is doing. Is just laying back, trying to cool the tires off, keeping them within sight. He also may be just trying to size him up to see where's a good place to pass him. Where is he weakest at? Where is Gretschel weak and where is Christian Kubovic strong? That is the question. You see Matty Renault is slowly closing in on Tadeusz. There's Jenny. Seems like Fotis is slowly falling back from Andy. And as soon as I say that, he's starting to catch back up. It just goes back and forth. A definite ebb and flow as each driver finds a little rhythm. 40 minutes is a long time to be sitting in the car. Mind starts to wander. You start thinking about what you're going to eat when you're done, taking a shower. Dog might be barking at you. Pet needs to go for a walk. Maybe that's just me. I'm always thinking what food I'm going to eat after I'm done racing and taking a shower. Hey, just out of curiosity, do any of you out there race in VR? I race in VR and I tend to sweat like I have been running a marathon every time I race. It can be a 20-minute race, it can be an hour race, it doesn't matter. I am soaked from head to toe. I just see that Mr. Timo Reiter has also went to a DNF. So now I have 3 DNFs. And here he's gone around again. He looks like he took out the other headlight. He may have thought it was holding him down, holding him back a little bit. Ooh, heated tires. Take it easy, Yuri. Heated tires. Look at that. He's having a hard time getting that back on the road. He's got it going in the right direction now. Can't tell if that headlight's there or if it's just the shell of the glass. Antonio Phantom, something's going on here. He is awfully slow. Here he is still in 16th position. He's not too bad off. With the amount of damage he has, and like I keep saying it, I don't know how he's holding on to the car. Well, I guess he wouldn't have that damage if he was holding on to the car. And around he goes again. My goodness. When you look at the front end of his car, it looks like the engine came out of it. Like there's no way. He must be pedaling it like Flintstones. Just throwing his feet down. He's Fred Flintstone, just pedaling like crazy. Now he's just showing off. Doing 360s. He's going to back into the pit lane. That'll probably DNF him because that's what happened to me. Yep, there it is. Eureka Tatchfield, DNF. Now, Christian Kubovic has closed back in on Mr. Gretschel. He's within 1 second of him again. So he may have just let the tires cool down. Making another run now. He's got 12 minutes left. Using the draft of a back marker. Who smartly lets him go to not be part of that fight. Doesn't want to intervene in that fight for second place. And now into the picture comes Tobias Therwolf. He's just starting to enter the picture, and he's 3 seconds behind these guys. It's not that far. As they go into the stadium section, you can see Christian Kubovic is slowly catching him. Down to 0.7. Must have laid back, just saved his tires, relaxed a little bit, saying, I got to make a run now. Tobias is now within 3 seconds. He was under that for just a moment. Christian up within 0.5, 0.4. He's getting there. It's getting interesting, folks. They are showing up again. Here they come. Poor Jeff Ecott just kissed the wall. Back to Christian Kubovic, half a second behind him. And they go into the braking zone. He brakes so much later than Gretschel does. If I had to take a guess at where he's going to get him, I would say he's going to get him way down there into turn, was that 5? In the hairpin down there. He's just so much faster than he is. I guess that's turn 6 it shows. He just brakes so much better as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Stay within that half-second range. He can make that up in that little braking area. Within 0.3. You can see it. Gretschel knows it. He put over a little slide job trying to make sure he couldn't get around him. He blocked him just a little bit. He's got to run. They're both on the DRS. Wings are down. From 0.4 to 0.3. Just nothing going there. Having a hard time. This is what happened to him before. He got up there behind him. I'm not sure why he can't get around him. Is it aerodynamics? Is Gretschel's car just being better? Has he held on to more DRS? Was Gretschel, was he also saving tires when Christian dropped back? Was he just kind of cruising along? Let him catch back up knowing he needed the tires to hold him off. Christian has 8 minutes to get this done. Got a lap car here in front of him. Is this going to come into play? Kind of a factor will it play? Driver moves right out of the way. Very nicely done. Christian is there. 0.1 of a second behind him. Gretschel takes a defensive line. Sending Chris around the outside.
Around the outside, round the outside.
Christian got him. Very well done. Nice setup. That took a long time. That took over half the race to get done. But he finally did it. You can see how he got around him there. Antonio Phantom having a hard day today. He's representing Racing Team Italia. Dirk Gretschel, Zero Force Racing. Otto Haas Gretschel. I guess that is Dutch, right? DE. Seven minutes left in the race, and you can see how much faster Christian was than Dirk, as he's starting to pull away from him. Now, Dirk has a new problem because Tobias has caught him. Tobias, in the first race, he had a little problem. Threw all the way to the back, and he got back up to like 16th or 17th. Now he's got himself all the way back up here into 4th position, looking at 3rd. Took him almost all of 35 minutes to get there. Qualified outside the front row in race number 1. Here we are, race number 2. Looking at trying to get at least salvage something out of this. I believe his teammate is Thomas Ibero and is leading the race. They race for Tugis Racing International. A little sideways there. Tobias lost a little bit there. He doesn't have a lot of time to be letting those tires cool down. Here we go with Z Cookie, and is that in front of him is his Fotis. We saw these guys fighting in race 1 and earlier here in race 2. Well, Dirk has suddenly decided he wants to take it back to Christian. He's going to try to get that position back in his own hands. I kind of thought Christian was going to drive away. He started to, and all of a sudden, Dirk is caught right back up to him. I wonder if Christian is out of DRS. He very well could be, using that to catch back up to him. He could be completely out now. But now, if you have DRS, use them if you got it. Use them if you got them. That might be the same thing that's going on with Fotis. He might be out of DRS where Cookie has some. Tobias is caught back up to Gretschel. Dirk is going to do his best to keep him behind him, I'm sure. Zay taking a look at Fotis. Cookie just cannot seem to get around him. He's trying. He represents the SEAL shenanigans. Art. The RR shenanigans group. This is a fight for second right here. We see three drivers nose and tail between Christian, Dirk, and Tobias. Tobias just dropped back a little bit there. It took one turn, he's right back at it. And it looks like Z has got around Fotis. Fotis is going to force him out. And back at it they go again. Tobias, he's right on the back end of Dirk now. Will he get around him? He's got probably 3 laps to do it. As they come across the start-finish line, nose to tail still. Just right there, the 3 of them. We have this fight going on between Fotis and Zay. And Zay has finally got around him and claimed that position without having Fotis going right back past him. Now to see if he can actually pull away. Tobias off track. That probably is the end of him having a chance for second or third. I don't think he can make up those 4 seconds in, I think there's only 2 laps left. Maybe 3. Just a long ways to go in such a short time. Zay seems to be all over the place. I'm not sure if he's trying to break the toe or what he's doing, but he is definitely weaving back and forth, trying to keep Fotis away from getting around him. Should be focusing on chasing down Andy Darnell. Look forward, my friend. Look forward. That was a nasty looking spin there. Chris Williams right in the front of some people. Luckily, nobody else was collected. It's Widowmaker Part 2 here, Chris. Just be easy. There you go. So I just saw Christian's wing pop up, so he still had some DRS. Dirk has hung in there, hasn't let him get away, keeping him honest. This might be the last lap. We are out of time. Just depends on how long ago Thomas Ibero passed the start-finish line. And look at Fotis. He is going to make a dive for it. He tried to get around the outside. Just couldn't get around there. Last lap ditch issue attempt there. Here he goes, looking again. Oh, he hit. He did not mean to do that. He'll let him go. He'll let him get back on track first. But that might have cost both of them a position or two. Fotis is going to lose one, but Mr. Cookie did not lose any. Thaddeus got around Fotis. Oh, maybe not. Fotis is going to hold on to it. He held on to that 8th position. Good racing. That was very good racing. All right, here's our final results. In the first place, we found Thomas Ibero. Surprise. In second is Christian Kubovic. In third, Dirk Gretschel. In fourth, Tobias Therwolf. In fifth, Andreas Wolf. In sixth, Andy Darnell. In seventh, Z Cookie. Eighth would be Fotis Zisoglu. And in ninth is Tadeusz Szynski. And rounding out your top 10 is Matty Renault. And here are the final standings for the day. We got Thomas Ibero in first with 60 points. In second is Christian Kubovic with 48. Dirk Gretschel, 38. Andreas Wolf, 34. Fotis Zisoglu in fifth place with 30 points. Z Cookie with 27 points. Tobias Therwolf with 25. Andy Darnell with 22. Francesca Stofko, please tell me how to say your name. He got 21 points. Tadeusz Szynski rounds out our top 10 with 19. If you'd like to see where your favorite driver finished, please push pause. Next will come 17th through 34th. You can push pause there as well. Okay, let's talk about the standings for team results. In first place, we have Tugas Racing, which has Thomas Ibero and Tobias Therwolf on it with 85. And in second place, Zero Force Racing with Dirk Gretschel and Andreas Wolf with 72. And in third, we have Petrohead Simracing, Fotis Zoglu and Andy Darnell. In fourth place, Slavic Republic PHSR, which is Petrohead Simracing, Christian Kubovic and Yuri Kutachville with 48. GDC, the Gentlemen's Driving Club, Z Cookie is driving all by himself, 27. That's respectable. By yourself and still get fifth place for your team. The SCB, welcome to the group again, guys. Team SCB, Group A is going to be Jeff Ecott and Daz Siggs with 25. In seventh is What is a Blinker by Tadeusz Szynski with 19. In eighth is Team SCB B, which is Nicholas Campbell and Andrei Kratachville. In ninth is Tuit Auto Racing with Michael Tuit and Timo Reiter. Both of those DNF'd in the last race, if I remember correctly. And they got a total of 8 points. And then rounding out the top 10 is DG Reparto Course, which is Francesco Abruscato with 2 points. So, if you guys want to see the rest, there's only 2 more. Horace Racing at Peterson Albeda and Sim Racing Belgium has Chris Willems in it. And that is going to be it for me today, folks. Thank you for joining me, and please be sure to leave a like and stay cool like the other side of the pillow.